Okay, hello, this is Deaton Kirby. This is my middle school story, part 3. And I'm here to talk about 4th grade now. I just got finished with 3rd grade in the last video. And in 4th grade, I had a teacher named Miss Madeline Morris. And she was one of my favorite teachers throughout my years in Morrison. Matter of fact, that was the year where I started off telling jokes. I'm known to a lot of people for telling jokes all the time. And I think that's where it really began, because it was a test I was taking inside her class. And on the back of the test, I wrote a joke on the back of the test. And she loved it so much. Ever since then, and I got an A on that test, matter of fact. She boosted my grade for just writing a joke on the back of the test. So ever since then, I've been telling teachers jokes. Every class I go to, every grade I go to, at the end of the class, I always tell a teacher a joke. And that's where that all originated from. 4th grade is where I met my best friend named Brian. Like I said in the other video, my friend Orlando will introduce me, and he got me to know a lot of people inside Morrison. Like he got me to know this boy named Dramini and other people. It was so many people Orlando introduced me to, and Brian became one of my best friends because we lived on the same block. And whenever I got locked out of my house because I forgot the key, and that was a lot of times, I would go over to his house and spend some time until my mom got home, so I can get back inside. So I can get inside the house. I would be over his house, and his sister Catherine would cook beans and rice, and I would eat the beans and rice. That was some good food. She was a good cook. Let's see. 5th grade, I had a teacher named Miss Scott, and she was my first black teacher I ever had. Let's see. That was back in 2001, and in 2001, that's when we had 9/11, and 9/11 was when the terrorists attacked. And I remember where I was. Had to go upstairs because we had computer class, and Miss Mullen was the computer teacher, and it was on. She had the TV on the news, and it was like the building was coming down in a cloud, and I thought it was like a avalanche, like a snow thing, and I love snow, so I was looking at the TV. I was like, oh man, I wish I was there, not knowing what was going on. Then they sent us home early. The vice principal, Mr. Overton, I asked him, I said, why are we going home early? He said, because we love you. I was like, yeah, right, you just telling us that just because you don't want to tell us why we're really going home early. When I got home and found out what was going on the news, I was like, oh, they do love us. Miss Scott was a strict teacher, and one of her favorite sayings was, common sense would say. When you young, you used to play in your desk. Some kids did that, play in your desk. I was one of them. And I had like then you want to bring the real artifact in there, like the real toys to school. So I did a thing called paper toys, where I could still have like the cutout of the toy figure, laminate it, put it like cardboard behind it, make sure it was hard enough. And I think I probably should have worked for Mattel, or Fisher Price, because I was an inventor. Anyway, teachers are sharp. They're not dumb. And she saw me playing my desk and took those things and threw them in the trash. And I was just upset somebody. But Miss Scott was a motherly figure. But one thing she did was, I think she called my mom to school one day. And there's two kinds of students. There's the one student that says, oh, please don't call my mom. Please don't call my mom. Please don't call my mom to school. And there's the other one that says, go ahead, call my mom. I was please don't call my mom to school. But she didn't give me a chance to even do that. I don't know what I did, why she had to call my mom up to the school. But she called her up there, and that cry you do when you can't breathe no more, and you're like, that's how I saw it. It was like I saw the crypt keeper coming inside school. I didn't know what my mom was going to do, because you don't know what to expect. But anyway, 6th grade, I had a teacher named Miss Rasper, and that was my brother's old teacher. See, because since me and my brother went to the same school together, it seemed like I would have his old teachers, and it was like I get my brother's hand-me-down teachers, But Miss Rasper was a cool lady. I like Miss Rasper. And her assistant was Mr. Ketterer. And he was a cool guy. He watched wrestling. We talked about wrestling before inside class. He had his mom make some muffins or cookies or something like that. And his mom was a great cook, because those were some good sweet snacks. Then later on, after he became assistant that one year, he became an actual teacher and was the science teacher at Morrison. Then I entered 7th grade, and in 7th grade, that's when I found out that I had another crush. and her name was Turquoise, and she was black. And that's when I had my first crush on a black girl, you know. See, back then I was always for the lighter skin chicks, you know, team light skin. Even though I was dark skinned. But Turquoise helped me change my opinion and said, black girls are pretty, black girls are beautiful, black girls rock. And ever since then, I went black and I never came back. Well, actually, sometimes you trade off. Sometimes. Anyway, 7th grade was a sad year also because that's where we had a student of ours, a classmate of ours, Richard Liu. That's his picture in the back of the book. He was playing around the Tony Creek with some friends and fell in the water and drowned. And he was in the hospital and then he died. And we had a field trip somewhere and we made stuff in memory of Richard and all that other stuff. That was a very sad year. But then a glorious year came around, and that was 2005, 8th grade. And we had 3 teachers. You know, we go around the 3 classrooms. Mr. Newman, Mr. Capel, and Mr. Mandel was like a trio. Like the 3 Musketeers. Mr. Newman was like the grandpa teacher, you know, the one that teaches and he's so more, you know, you seem kind of bored in class and you're like, oh, can we please go home? Mr. Capel was like the motherly teacher, you know, obviously had like no motherly instinct with the students. And Mr. Mandel was the comedian. Funny guy, one of my favorites. Anyway, it was somebody I was in class with ever since 4th grade, and it was funny because it seemed like ever since 4th grade and 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, we stayed in the same class with each other. It's like she was following me or I was following her. I don't know who was following who. Her name was Melissa, and we just had every class together ever since 4th grade. Had a nervous twitch when I was in school and was like rubbing my chin, and everybody knew about that. The gym teacher, Mr. Wong, would see me and he would do this when I come up to him, and I would just rub my chin. Every picture day in school, I would always wear suits and everything. Let's see. Graduation day, they knew we was getting our books. They was printing out the books. They gave us autographed books. And one thing that brightened my day, one of my crush, Turquoise, she actually wrote inside my autograph book, said, "Love you, boo," or something like that. I gotta look up that autograph book where it is. But anyway, it was graduation time. Time to march down inside the auditorium, graduation practice. And I might tell this one in another video or write a book about this one. But I'm just going to give you the short story now. And it was this girl named Yesenia. I had a partner first. Her name was Shaquay, but I guess she didn't want to march down the aisle with me. So I had to end up with Yesenia. And with Yesenia, since somehow I forgot how we was able to trade off and I get Yesenia to walk down the aisle with. But she told me that she wanted me to wear pink. And I remember what my cousin said when we was younger. He got me in the mentality that men don't wear pink. Pink is for the, you know, the broken wrist type of men. You're not gonna wear no type of pink. So I was like, yeah, I'm never wear pink. He got me in that foolishness talk. But the girl named Yesenia said that she wanted us to match when we walked down the aisle, and she wanted me to wear pink. So she said, am I gonna wear pink? And you know what I did? With my manly instinct, I was gonna stand by my gun and say, no, I'm not wearing pink. So when she said, I better wear pink, you know what I said? I said, okay. I was too nervous to fight back anyway. So I found me a white suit, got me a pink shirt, and we matched and walked down the aisle together. I don't know if she ever knew that story. I never told her anyway. But yeah, and matter of fact, the funny thing about it is, I still had that same suit, still had that same shirt, same tie, same shoes. Could fit them all still. Could still wear it right now. I won't go up there and put it on, and I should have done a video on that suit. Anyway, I love Morrison so much, and the people in Morrison seem like those precious memories that you wish you could relive one more time. Anyway, I'm going to end the video off. It was a teacher named Miss Ramsey, and every morning for Morrison, we start off the school for school pledge. And this is what the school pledge for Morrison has said. I pledge allegiance to Morrison School where boys and girls are special. We can be successful when we are respectful, caring, and honest. We will achieve our goals with peace, love, and respect. Have a pleasant day with peace, love, and respect. That was a school pledge, and I will never forget it. This has been the end of my middle school story. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the Deacon Kirby video. Go back and watch part 1 and part 2. You might enjoy it as well. With that being said, this is Deacon Kirby, aka Micah. And you have listened to my middle school story. Wonderful Savior.